What's going on, everybody? And welcome to the Teddy Files. I'm your resident sommelier, Mr. Darius Teddy, and today we're going to talk about count them, five fragrances that cut through the cold at a great price point. Stay tuned. So today we're going to start with a warm and spicy ambery fragrance that cuts directly through the cold, and that would be CK Shock by Calvin Klein. Yes, it's a Calvin Klein fragrance. It's about I found it at Burlington for about $22. And man, when I tell you this is an excellent fragrance, this is an absolute stunner. I kid you not. It'll cut right through the cold. You'll leave a nice sillage. Now you may get about 4 to 6 hours out of it, but that's pretty damn good for $20 to $22. I mean, you got lavender, you got black pepper, you got patchouli, you have tobacco, of course, and amber. And if you're in trying to get into tobacco fragrances, you might want to start with this one, and that would be CK Shock by Calvin Klein. Number two is a fresh fragrance. Every once in a while in the wintertime, you don't always want to go with the leathers, the ambers, and all that. Sometimes you just want to have that fresh, clean feeling. Problem with fresh fragrances in the wintertime, they will not cut through the cold. But you'll find a handful of them that do. And this one right here, at the price point of about $16, it cuts directly through the cold. Shockingly enough, I wore it last week and it surprised me. And that would be Iconic Blend by Penguin. So this one is definitely a fresh, spicy, woody one. It 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 has you really don't get any sweetness out of it. It's definitely just a complete fresh, airy fragrance. There's no ambers or anything of that note. It has mostly violet leaf. Has a little bergamot in it, but that gives it that citrusy, fresh smell. Has some sandalwood in it to smooth it directly out for you. And I'll get it up in the air so you can actually check out the atomizer. You can check out, well, you can't check out the fragrance, but I'll do it for you. Man, this is good. This is a really good fragrance. Once again, 4 to 6 hours out of it. And what I'll say about this one, like I'll say about the other one, take it with you, take a decant with you. And if you really like the fragrance and you like how it smells on you, respray. There's nothing wrong with respraying your fragrance. And like I said, at a $16 price point for a 100 ml bottle, you can't beat this, man. So get out there to your local Marshalls, your local TJ Maxx, Ross. I believe I found this one at Ross, and get your hands on Penguin Iconic Blend. This next one on the list I purchased over the weekend. I gave it a spray yesterday and wore it. And look, I'll say that these cheaper fragrances, they constantly surprise me. Now look, of course, they're not going to be of the same quality as your niche brands, as some of your designer brands, but it doesn't mean that they don't put out quality stuff. And for a great price point, you can't beat the one that I'm about to feature next. So number three on my list will be from English Laundry, and that's Crown. So this one right here is warm, spicy, sweet. It has a certain syrupy thickness to it. It's almost it's hard to explain it. It's one of those very resinous fragrances. It stays in the air pretty good, and it has a pretty good fragrance breakdown. It has apple, lemon, grapefruit, has amber, oak moss, cardamom, geranium, and really don't really catch the geranium too much, but I do catch the clove and the tonka bean and the cedar. But what I'll do is I'll get it up in the air so you guys can actually see with the atomizer. This is a nice size bottle as well. This is a 100 ml bottle for about, I think I got this thing for $12, man. So check that out. Smells great. Smells great. It is definitely worth the purchase. I got this one at Marshalls. So every once in a while, I'll do one of those. I guess what do you call it, a fragrance haul or something like that, just to check out your local stores to see what they actually have in house. And I was pleasantly surprised with this one. I was very pleasantly surprised with this. It's definitely worth the purchase. So when you get a chance to, get to your local Marshalls and try it out. Check it out, see if you like it. Crown by English Laundry. So number four on the list is ambery, fruity, smoky, fresh. It's definitely an office scent. It's one that I wore to the office. I believe that was about last week. Got a couple of compliments, but I don't really wear fragrances to get compliments. Although they're nice when they come, I do it because I like the way that it smells. And this one right here is a perfect. It's like an executive scent. It even has an executive look to it, and that would be Alfred Dunhill's Custom. So this one here, I got it at Burlington for about $26. And I was pleasantly surprised. And when you look at the note breakdown, there's not a lot of notes in there. At least they didn't list a lot of them. It's like apple, red apple, pepper, black pepper, incense, Virginian cedar. But when I spray this, I'm gonna go ahead and spray this. When I spray it, and I smell cognac. I smell a cognac or a whiskey. I mean, it even looks, if you look at the bottle, man, I keep banging this microphone. But when you look at the bottle, it even resembles look. I'll pull one up so you can see the colors. Look, they don't vary very much. So yeah, no, I'm not day drinking, so everybody relax. But yes, this it has a smell of cognac to it. But I promise you, if you get your hands on this one, you will thoroughly enjoy it. Once again, another maybe 4 to 6 hour one, but this one I got about maybe 7 or 8. It pushed it a little bit, had a nice sillage with it, so I highly recommend that you go out to your local Burlington. Make sure they don't run out. I'm not sure. I think you can get it on discounters as well, but it might be better to try to get it in the store, get it in like your Burlington, your TJ Maxx, places like that. Get out there and get your hands on Custom from Alfred Dunhill. So number five on the list is a fresh, spicy lavender scent. It was definitely a crowd pleaser when I put it on my skin when I wore it the other day, and that will be Salvatore Ferragamo F Black. So this was another one. I believe I got this one for about $27. I think that's the price that I paid for it. I can check later, but once again, it's under $50 fragrance, and it's definitely worth the purchase. This one actually lasted pretty good on my skin. This gave me about 8 hours, almost pushing it to 9 hours. It wasn't resonating off my skin at that point. It's set closer to the skin, but I could actually smell myself. And the fragrance breakdown on this one is, it's pretty simple. Lavender, apple, black pepper, coriander. You're gonna find a lot of those things for wintertime fragrances. Sorry about that. Still got summer on the brain. But for wintertime fragrances, you're gonna find a lot of tonka beans and black peppers and leathers and all of those types of things. So this one actually cuts through the cold pretty good. It didn't cost very much, and like I said, it lasted pretty long on my skin. I'll put it up in the air so you guys can see the atomizer. Here we go. This is another one. This is a perfect office scent. This smells great. I catch a little bit of leather in it. There's leather's not in the note breakdown, but I do smell it. So this is definitely one you might want to get your hands on. I got this one once again from Marshalls. So shout out to Marshalls, man. They carry a couple of good things. I got a couple of penguins from there as well. So get to your local Marshalls, man. I'm telling you, local Marshalls, your Burlingtons, your Rosses, places like that, they carry some pretty good fragrances. Now, a lot of the times, the ones that are out of the boxes, you might want to just leave those alone. But the other ones, the ones that are usually in those little casings and cages or whatever they have, get your hands on those. Except for the English Laundry, for whatever reason, they don't put them in cages, but they're definitely pretty good fragrances. But you might want to get to your local Marshalls because they do have them out now. It is the holiday season, so they do have quite a few sitting out. So go out there and get your hands on. You'll be pleasantly surprised with Salvatore Ferragamo F Black. Well, that's my time for the video, everyone. I appreciate you stopping through, checking out the Teddy Files today. As we talk about the 5 fragrances that cut through the cold for the wintertime at a very economical price. Please like, share, and subscribe to the video. Helps the channel grow. And go ahead and get in that comment section and tell me what you thought about the fragrances that I put out there today. My name is Mr. Diaz Teddy, and I don't do stink. So please don't be a stink ass. Have a good And make sure you subscribe to the channel so I can tell you more about the SOS Club that's going to be starting up in the next couple of weeks. You don't want to miss out on that one, I promise you. Big fellas, thick madams, you definitely want to get in on this one. So I will talk to you guys soon. Teddy out.